Hi, my name is Gerson Perez. This is episode 2 of the podcast Strategic Management, and let's go ahead and dive in. Today's topic will be talking about the resource-based view and VRN analysis. The resource-based view is a conceptualization of the firm that attempts to explain why some firms are more profitable than others. Logic boils down to more successful firms possessing resource and/or capabilities that are superior to those of competitors and difficult for competitors to replicate. Resources are things that the firm owns or has access to that it can use to create and capture value. Capabilities are things that firms does to create and capture value. Note that not doing something is not capability. If, for example, a firm does not advertise and this benefits them strategically, it is incorrect to say that not advertising is a capability. Instead, one must identify what the firm does that allows them not to advertise. This is the capability. Similarly, a strategy or strategic choice is not a capability. If a firm successfully executes a strategic decision, you need to identify the resource or capabilities that made that execution successful. The decision itself was not a resource or capability. However, strategic adaptation, meaning making a series of strategic decisions in response to an environmental changes, can be a capability. Identifying what type of competitive advantage a firm has, meaning temporary or sustainable, requires identifying the resources and capabilities that are key to its success. These are also known as core competencies. Each of them, or relevant combination, should then be analyzed according to the VRN criteria. How valuable it is, meaning does it increase the price customers are willing to pay, attract more customers, or lower the cost to the firm? How rare it is, meaning do many other firms have access to similar competency? How costly it is to imitate, and how costly it is to substitute, meaning can other firms easily access a different resource or capability that accomplishes the same purpose? Moving on to rarity. Rarity is the characteristic that most students have a hard time understanding. The question of rarity very much has to do with nature or degree. For example, most firms have reputations, but when assessing the rarity of the reputation of a specific firm, the question is not whether other firms have reputations. The question is whether many other firms have a reputation that is similar to the reputation of the firm being analyzed. Similar, Similarly, the degree or quality of the resource matters. For example, if a manufacturer has been recognized as the highest quality manufacturer in its field, then its reputation for quality is rare. Even if other competitors have reputations for quality, being seen as the best is rare. Another common problem with reasoning about rarity is when the analysis says that a resource is not rare, but it is difficult to imitate. This simply doesn't make sense. If a resource is not rare, then it must not be difficult to imitate because it has been imitated many times. VRN analysis is performed resource by resource, one at a time. It is incorrect to say Apple is valuable because, or saying Apple is rare because, and etc. It is also incorrect to say a valuable resource of Apple is its opening system. A rare resource of Apple is its brand, and etc. These are both very common mistakes. They do not provide any insight into sustainable competitive advantage, because sustainable competitive advantage comes from resource and capabilities that meet all of the VRN criteria. The correct approach is Apple's operating system is valuable because, or Apple's operating system is rare because, and etc. Moving on to the following table that I'm going to be talking about is illu- useful illustration of the correct approach of VRN analysis. It could be written out in a paragraph from fairly easy for inclusion in a report or a memo. Note that this is for a fictional hypothetical firm. It is not meant to represent reality. So this is divided up into 6 categories. being in the first column, resource or capability, valuable, rare, difficult to imitate, difficult to substitute, and then last but not least, excuse me, explanation. Starting with that first category with resource and capability, we have reputation for quality. Is it valuable? Yes. Is it rare? Yes. Difficult to imitate? Yes. Difficult to substitute? Yes. And for the explanation, this firm is known as the best in this industry, and path dependency make it difficult for competitors to catch up. Next example is innovative thinking. Innovative marketing, under which is under the resource or capability. Is it valuable? Yes. Is it rare? Yes. Difficult to imitate? Somewhat. Difficult to substitute? Somewhat. The explanation: other firms may be able to develop similar capabilities or copy the firm's tactics, but it will be difficult, and the firm's reputation increases the effectiveness of its marketing. Last example I have on here under resource or capability is human capital management. Is it valuable? Yes. Is it rare? Yes. Difficult to imitate? Yes. Difficult to substitute? Somewhat. Explanation: human capital management capabilities have a great deal of social complexity involved and depend heavily on firm culture, which is very difficult to imitate. A competitor may be able to acquire other resources to decrease the advantage from this firm's human capital management. And that is this podcast over VRN white paper. Thank you, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you.